did you hear?
Well, I heard that Sheepshead Bay is a very good place to stay away from, especially the next couple of weeks.
Could say the same about Riverside, with Tizo across the street in the hospital.
Yeah, they might try to finish him off.
Well, who's ever trying, they've done it 3 times. Who's to say they're going to stop now?
Yeah, I know.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm a little weird. Can I join you?
Yeah. Sit down.
Oh, thanks. Here, have some coffee.
Oh, my goodness.
You look tired.
Yeah, Jack, where's Jack?
He went down to the Gennaro Social Club. He said he wanted to talk to Jumbo about Joe. Honey, what's going on?
I ran out on Jack this morning. He'd seen Joe over at the hospital. And he came over here and laid it on me that his streetwise reporter instincts had led him to believe that Joe was taken over for Tizo's activities, legal and otherwise.
That sounds pretty heavy.
You bet.
Well, what happened? I mean, what exactly did Jack see?
An attitude had changed. Joe walking around in a dark suit, taking charge with a crowd of Tizo's men around him to protect him. Adam Cohen seems to have witnessed a ominous string of visitors all night long, hearing conversations in low tones. All of this made an impression on Jack, so he came over here and told me. I got scared enough that I had to go to Sheepshead Bay to get some answers.
When, just now?
Yes. There was a bodyguard in front of my door. I could not even get into my own house. So I raised a fuss. Joe finally came to the door.
Yeah?
I went inside. He told me he was having a meeting, and there were all these strange men sitting around.
What sort of men?
I don't know. They were all wearing dark suits as well. They looked very serious. Does that mean they're criminals? I don't know. Maybe.
Well, they could have been associates, business associates of Joe's.
Or Tizo's. Of course, they could have been Joe's, thank you.
Oh.
Whoever they were, I was not welcome there.
What do you mean?
Well, Joe told me he was too busy to talk to me, and he called a man over to put me in the car and take me home. That's my house. The living room is full of strangers. I was furious. There was nothing I could do except leave.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. You know, the most terrible thing has happened. Owen's gone.
Wait, who's Owen?
Oh, he's the curator of primates over at the zoo. I mean, he was. Now he's gone to this fancy new job in Ulster County. And his temporary replacement is this awful guy. And he's gotten Prince Albert, that's the gorilla I've gotten to know, he's gotten him all upset.
Delia, you mean when you came in here and said something terrible happened, you were talking about a gorilla?
Yeah. You make it sound like he's some dumb animal. He's not very important. You never were very generous, Joe.
Look, Dee, we're right in the middle of something. Ma's upstairs, and I know she's been looking for you.
What are you in the middle of?
Will you go and see what Ma wants, please? I mean it.
All right, fine. Everybody's so self-absorbed in here.
She just didn't know what was going on, that's all. Anyway, I've got to get this situation resolved. I don't really want to be married to a criminal.
Siobhan, what you've got to do is find out what is really going on. You've got to ask Joe a few hard questions and get some answers.
That's exactly what I went out there for. All I got from my pains was trundled back
Well,
here.
this doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Ryan's.
All kinds of conclusions.
Hold on.
Particularly when they're obvious.
Well, here's your big chance. It's Joe.
Thank you. Hello?
Hi. Are you all right?
Yeah? Joe,
That wasn't a very good idea, you coming out here this afternoon.
I told you I needed to see you.
I told you I was in a business meeting.
Is it over?
Yes.
Well, good, because I need to see you now more than before.
Why can't you understand that I'm trying to keep you safe, and one way to do that is by keeping you away from me?
Joe, one of the reasons I don't understand is because I really don't know what's going on. One of the reasons I really don't understand is because I think that you're lying to me.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are. I came out there this afternoon.
Yes, it was damn dangerous.
Because I'm worried sick about you.
Look, if you just listen to me, you'll know there's nothing to worry about.
I'm not talking about men with guns. I'm talking about you and me and the child that we are supposed to be having together.
Supposed to be? What's that mean?
Just what it says.
Listen, I don't know what this is all about.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a girl that says the truth and is willing to take the consequences. And you're not telling me the truth, and I can't stand it.
Not telling you the truth about what?
About everything. About you and Tizo and what's going on.
That's pretty vague.
All I know is what you tell me is being different from what other people tell me.
What other people?
People whose opinions I respect. What I'm seeing with my own eyes. You're lying to me, Joe. You've got to be.
I'll tell you what. I'm so busy out here at the moment that I can hardly breathe. If you wait a couple of days, I'll come into town and listen to all your questions, and I'll have answers.
No.
What?
I'm not willing to wait. I want answers now. I really need them now. I'm afraid that I may have waited too long already.
Okay. I'll come in today.
Good, but not here. The family's involved too much already. I can meet you someplace. Or we can just drive around in the car.
I don't want to have this conversation with the driver listening.
It doesn't matter to me, honey. You pick the place. I just want to see your face while you're talking to me.
Well, I want to swing by and see Tizo. I'll meet you at Lem's. Give me 2 hours.
Fine.
Siobhan, you don't have to worry. I'll have men in front and in back. It'll be safe.
Yeah, that's great. My husband, father of my child, is telling me that he's a simple fisherman by assuring me he's got plenty of bodyguards around. Never mind. You just worry about yourself. I'll be there.
How'd it go?
Went all right. I'm going to see him in a couple of hours. I've just got to get this straightened out one way or another, you
Is
know?
that a good idea for you to be meeting him?
I've got to, Frank.
I know you do, but is it safe? Are you meeting him in a safe place?
We're going to go to Lem's.
Siobhan, I know how hard this is, but you do realize that the people who are after Tizo could come after Joe.
Oh, great. Mr. and Mrs. Lem's restaurant could be shot up, too. I'd be responsible for that.
No, you aren't responsible for any of that.
I'm going to be all right. He's got plenty of bodyguards outside watching all the doors. It's terrific, isn't it?
Well, at least he's being careful and taking care of you.
Yes, Joe's always very careful. At least I'll get a chance to ask him some of these hard questions.
Right. I think I'm going to walk you over to Lem's.
This is crazy, you know?
What is?
My first thought as soon as you said that was, you can't go with me. It's too dangerous.
Believe me, I know that.
I'll go alone. They aren't going to bother me. Apparently, they have some kind of rule about not touching wives and children. The only time I'm really in danger is when I'm with my husband. This whole thing is crazy. It's crazy.
Well, maybe things aren't the way they seem.
Yeah, I wish I could believe that. I really want to. I can't go on the way things are now. Something has got to change.
I heard you were back.
Oh, hello, Roger.
How was the convention?
Oh, stimulating, dull, full of excitement, boring. Depends on where you were and what you were doing. What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing really. I was just a little restless, wandering around. We're about to take Tizo Novotny into surgery.
Oh, yeah, I saw Adam's workup. Novotny's condition is stabilized sufficiently for surgery. You notify the family?
Yes.
Well, doing it tonight is the right decision.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That's always welcome. May I ask who delivered your paper for you in Florida?
Well, I'm not really sure. See, I had to leave rather suddenly, and I gave it to the chairman of my committee.
Oh.
Roger, is there something on your mind? I'm really not much in the mood for conversation, so if you're just killing an hour before surgery...
No, I had a talk earlier with Ray Woodard.
Ah. Then you're aware of the situation.
She filled me in on some of the details, yes. I have to admit, for the last couple of weeks, I've suspected that you had something going on, that there was someone in whom you were very interested.
Don't you think we're into something that's basically none of your business?
And I was a little surprised it was Kim. Although when I think back to an earlier conversation we had a few weeks ago in your apartment about older men, younger women...
Roger, I'm not going to discuss Kimberly with you.
Please, Seneca, I'm not here passing moral judgment. Ray is Kim's mother, and she's naturally upset. I, on the other hand, am quite objective.
I'll look for the report on Novotny surgery in the morning.
I also remember saying to you that a younger woman might be better off with a man like you. Conservative, non-exploitive.
It's none of your business. Get out.
It is my business.
The hell it is.
Look, I wanted to begin this discussion by letting you know that I personally have no objection to a May-September romance.
What you object to and don't object to is totally irrelevant.
Not quite. You are married to my sister.
Oh.
And you are still refusing to give her a divorce.
Roger, you're determined to leave no part of my personal life unexplored, are you?
Seneca, what I am saying is that I consider it highly unfair of you to feel free to explore your own emotional life and at the same time deny that same freedom to Frank and to Joe.
That's simplistic.
Oh, I don't think so.
The reasons I didn't give Jillian a divorce are as valid today as they were the day we were separated.
Oh, I know. You don't think Frank Ryan is good enough for Jill.
In a nutshell, you got it.
Well, Jill might think that Kimberly is a little young for you.
No, she's entitled to her opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
Yeah, but you see, the difference is that her opinion doesn't affect you one way or the other. But your opinion affects her because it's preventing her from marrying Frank.
No, believe it or not, Roger, I've thought about this a lot, and I have not changed my decision. Now, if there's any action for divorce, I'll fight it with everything I got.
Even while you are involved in a serious affair with someone else.
My feelings for Kimberly have nothing to do about my reservations as to Frank Ryan being a husband for Jillian.
That is pig-headed.
Jill would call it controlling. Well, look, I don't care what anyone calls it. Frank Ryan will not make Jillian happy.
Will you?
No. No, I don't think I can, not anymore. But I can keep her from making mistakes. Unless, of course, you intend to tell Jill about my relationship with Kimberly.
Which would make it possible for Jill to start a court action against you. No, I don't think I will tell her.
Really?
Because I'm sure that when you give it more thought, you'll probably tell her yourself. I'll let you know how Tisa Novotny comes through.
Whichever way it works out, the important thing is that Siobhan gets this resolved. It's not knowing that's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I think Jack's opinion is about right.
Hi, Rog.
Hey, Roger Dodger.
Want a drink?
No, thank you. Actually, I needed to get away from the hospital. I'm taking Tisa Novotny into surgery in a little while. And, hopefully his condition will remain stabilized.
Is he going to make it?
It's hard to say. I am having a twinge of apprehension, though. If I miss a stitch, I might end up with cement shoes in the bottom of the East River.
Wait a minute. As I understand it, you're on his good list. Joe said that you saved his life.
Oh, it's incredible. I went to the Crystal Palace to ask Delia what the hell she was doing out in Sheepshead Bay the night of the bombing, and to tell her not to become buddies with Tizo Novotny.
And arrived just in time to see him get shot.
You know, I think the old man has a thing for her. I wouldn't be surprised if she's encouraging it, which is not the smartest thing to be doing at this moment. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some coffee.
Sure.
Hello, Roger. I'm sorry, but I don't have time to talk to you tonight.
Well, I only came by for a cup of coffee.
Oh. Well, you know you can't sleep when you drink coffee at this hour.
Well, maybe we could sit down and have some decaf. There are a few questions that I want to ask.
Well, I can't. I have to get to the zoo before they lock up. I left a present for little John in Prince Albert's feeding area.
Well, look, don't try to make any surprise visits on Tizo Novotny. For one thing, he's about to go into surgery, and for another thing, he's not the safest person to be around these days, in case you haven't noticed.
Thank you for telling me.
Delia, I just want you to live long enough so we can have a conversation one of these days.
Well, a conversation will be real nice. One of these days.
Listen, have you guys seen Faith lately?
No, not for a couple of days. Roger, what are you doing? I mean, all of a sudden you're worrying about everybody. Worrying about Delia hooking up with Tiso, maybe getting hurt. Worried about Faith being withdrawn and depressed.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am.
Well, maybe we should start worrying about you. Where is my black sheep brother, who never cared about anybody except himself?
Do you reform me?
We're expected to believe that.
Roger, Faith has good sense and resiliency. You have to have confidence in her. I mean, she had a big blow when she lost Tom. Just give it time.
Well, maybe I've been seeing more of her lately than you have.
Well, I can't argue with that one. It's just that, I don't know, we've been spending a lot of time. We've been busy and happy. I guess we just haven't been seeing people.
See, I've always thought if Faith is such a strong person, it's really hard to imagine her giving in to depression.
Well, even strong people have their limits, Frank.
Yeah, you could be right. Maybe we have been spending too much time among ourselves, huh?
Okay, I know what. We'll have it for dinner, just the three of us.
Yeah, good.
You guys are incredible. A problem, a solution, just like that.
The perfect marriage, except for the ceremony.
Well, as you were saying, time can change all sorts of things.
Meaning?
Meaning, I've got to get back to the hospital and check on my patient. Wish me luck.
You're a wonderful surgeon. You don't need it.
Wish me luck anyway.
Luck.
Thanks.
Now, what was that all about?
He is on to something about Seneca. I know it.
Okay, I'll get back so I can open the door. You want to eat, don't you? What else you got to do with your time, huh? I said get away from that door! You can take the ape out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the ape.
Hello, anybody here? Hello, Prince Albert. I'm glad you're alone. How you doing? I was wondering if you were all right, because that new guy's an awful grouch. Don't worry, he's only temporary, and Owen's real replacement will be here soon, I hope. You understand about how he had to leave, you know. It's not because he doesn't care about you. Oh, I almost forgot. Here it is. It's a present for little John. It's a super robot. He walks and flashes. Albert! I'll bring you a present next time. Just hope that guy will let me give it to you. Owen was nice. He really loves you, you know. And I'm sure he's doing whatever he can do so that you could be at that zoo in Ulster County with him. You just have to practice patience, Albert, same way I do. I mean, it's crazy for me to be alone the way I am. Of course, I have lots of friends. The Ryans, sort of, but that's mostly because I'm little John's mother. But Tizo Novotny, he's my friend. Except he's real sick and he might die. And then, too, he's probably a terrible criminal, but I'm patient because I know that one day Roger will realize how terrible he's treated me, and he'll come back and he'll say he's sorry, and that he loves me, and that he'll never be mean to me again, and then we'll be together again. Just like you and Owen will. Everything will be all right. Huh? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I better go now. I gotta find that guy and tell him how I found my package, in case he realizes that it's gone and that I was in here against his orders. So you sleep tight now, okay? Hello, Mr. Zookeeper? Hello, is anybody around? Bye-bye, Albert.
Kick back during your holiday downtime with the 90210 Marathon featuring the bad boy of Beverly Hills. Check out the Chillin' with Dylan Marathon, Friday starting at 1 p.m. till 9 p.m. on SoapNet.